What's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense, and I think that we need to have a kitchen table talk. We got some things to discuss between Pastor Randolph Scott's interview, Escape doing an interview recently with Big Tigger, and Shamia minus Tasha. We got a lot to discuss. Like the video as the intro plays, and we're gonna get right into it.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. That's all. 1 and 1 got to equal 2.
Make it make sense, boo.
Big moves.
Surfer.
Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
Sun in the sky.
Okay, guys. So yes, Escape minus Tasha did an interview with Big Tigger and Shamia. Shout out to them for getting this interview. Of course, Shamia knows Candy, so that interview was going to happen. I'm going to let you hear the interview first, and then we'll get into my thoughts, because I think what we're looking at is something that a lot of us are going through, and a lot of different experiences dealing with family dynamics from generation to generation. So I'm going to let you listen to the interview, and then we'll discuss. Thank you for everybody who has subscribed to my Instagram. Make It Make Sense now. I'm actually really close to my 5,000 mark. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. If you're not following me on Insta, definitely follow me on Insta. We have a good time over there.
About her mama being dragged by the public.
That I don't like. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that my sister's been dragged and my mom's been dragged. That's not who I am as a person. That is still my family. I love my mom. I love my sister. We just going through some things right now. Yeah. I did not lie on my sister. And it is what it is. And I still today.
So I definitely believe her that she doesn't want that for her mom or her sister. What happens is, for people like me, for people like Candy, for people like her, at the end of the day, even though you might have real issues with your mom, at the end of the day, it's still your mom. And Candy's mom, I believe, was a single mother for a while. Tamika and Tasha's mom was a single mother for a while. My mom was a single mom. So for me, because I can't speak for them, I don't know them personally. I've just been listening to the interviews and watching the show, talking to the dad. They're never going to not love their mother. They might, and like myself, will speak up for themselves, but it may not be enough for, say, the newer generation. The newer generation, if something is toxic, they leave it alone real quick. For my generation, at the end of the day, it's always going to be, that's my mom. And for everybody saying she needs to go ahead and go to the police for that $30,000, she's not. She's not. I don't think that she would ever risk her sister going to jail. Now, Rocky, toss up. I don't know. But, and that's the alleged $30,000 check. She's not going to do it. So I wanted you guys to hear another part of this interview. Again, it will be linked. She's hurt. And she's hurt.
This is really hard for me, y'all.
I mean, I can imagine. I can't imagine.
Before we started filming, I tried to sit down with her and talk to her. She didn't want to talk. It's like, what do you do when you call and she didn't want to amend it. She already had an agenda before she did the show. For her to tell Tiny, oh, I'm going to turn up on them.
So Tasha stated that the first time she heard about the $30,000 check was the first time that they filmed, which was the scene between her mama, between Tamika, Latocha, and the mom. Now, Tamika is now saying that there were issues prior to, and that's why she came into the scene like that. And again, I'm inclined to believe Tamika because I just haven't seen a lot of truthful moments yet from Tasha. Doesn't mean that she's not a truthful person. And it doesn't mean that I'm not aware that reality TV definitely will shape a narrative. We all know that. We see each other. The straight shooters, we see each other. But even in the interviews, there is a quality to her. And maybe because she's a hurt person. I don't know. I'd have to interview her or talk to her to get like some semblance. But in terms of Tamika, I believe what she's saying.
Like, who is them? Me and Candy, what you turning up on us for? Like, I haven't done anything. And that's the crazy part because I have put myself out there. You know what I mean? And y'all make me mess up my makeup.
She's still cute though.
I'm looking like a scarecrow when I finish.
She's still funny, even when she's sad.
But it's hard. You know, I'm constantly praying and, you know, I'm just waiting for God to tell me what to do. But I'm still going to love my sister. I still pray for her. I even pray for her husband. Even after forgiving them, I still pray for them.
What's your mom say?
I'm jealous.
Wow.
I'm jealous.
Your mom says that you're jealous? Wow.
That's not cool.
It's hard.
Jealous of what? Jealous of what? Unless, because I'm listening to this with you guys. Unless there is a jealousy there of the relationship that she has and the favoritism that she shows Tasha. And the thing is, Mama G, I believe that's what they call her mom. If you are cognizant of that jealousy, then it's your job as a mom to fix it. If she's jealous, and I don't know, maybe she's saying she's jealous of the voice or the career or the solo project, but if you think that your daughter is jealous of the relationship, it's your job to fix it. But that was heartbreaking, y'all.
It's hard.
I'm sorry, girl. That's not cool.
I mean, again, for now.
So and you guys do the whole interview. Let them know, make it make sense since I support other content creators. And, you know, that one was tough. And I told you guys this was going to be kitchen table talk. Now we got to get into, I'm going to remind you guys what the mom said. And then I will juxtapose that with what the father said in his interview. So
you tell me what is really going on between you, me, and Tasha.
I think she knew.
Because you always show favoritism, Mom. It's been.
I show favoritism?
Yes, ma'am.
In what way do I show favoritism?
You allow her to express herself.
I allow her to express herself because she.
This is a conversation that I have definitely had. I felt Tamika in this one. I think a lot of people have felt her.
Do not come at me in a disrespectful way.
When it comes to xscape business, you're not the fifth member.
You're wrong.
So this is what the father had to say. And I interviewed the father with the Juice Radio Show, Diva, Gray Hair Diva, AT2, and Leo. So definitely I will link that interview as well, because it was eye-opening. And also it gave a lot of insight into some of the family dynamics. So let's see. Been watching the show, and one of the things that I think we can all agree on, we have seen Tamika go through some very deep rooted emotions on this show, and it stems from her relationship with her mother. I think one of the most hurtful things for any child is to feel like they are the other child, or they feel like one parent shunned them. Did you see any favoritism shown to Tasha from your ex-wife, either before or after the marriage? Because Tamika has spoken, and she's been very vocal about that on the show.
Well, put it this way: if I would say something, then the mom would say whether I was telling the truth or I was lying. But my daughter always say, "Mom, that's not right. Daddy didn't say that." And so that caused a problem too, because number one, both of your children should have that same confidence in their father. It shouldn't be where one of them feel like you love them more than another. But Tasha could go to her mother and talk to her mother because she was the oldest. And some things that she talked about, it should have been between a mother and a daughter and not a father. But my daughter Tamika felt like she could come to me with anything. And that's a difference. And I never shunned her away. And I've always sat down and listened to her. And because I guess the baby girl always get a little bit more privileges, but she was the baby. And I always looked out for the baby. I didn't want her to feel like that Tasha had, because Tasha used to sing and Tamika used to say, I wish I could sing like her. I said, one day you will be. And it was jealousy coming up that Tasha could sing and Tamika couldn't sing. But as she got older, her voice started developing. So it's a lot of things that led to that. But I never ever showed favoritism to Latocha or Tamika. It's just Tamika was just close to daddy. She was always up under her daddy. And if I was looking at the news or looking at a movie, she was all up under me where Tasha was up under her mom. So I guess that would give you that feeling of more connected with mom because you was always around mom. But daddy was there for her. All she had to do was come to daddy like Tamika.
Wow. So the family has always thought that there was a jealousy over the voice. That's interesting. Okay, so the next thing, let me go back to what the mom had to say about the father specifically. And guys, I went viral just posting Tamika's voice on my Instagram. I think it has like over 300,000 views. She is love Candy, love Tiny, love Tasha, all the girls can sing. I love the quality, the richness, and the tone in Tamika's voice. Like when she sings full voice, it's like one of those voices that puts goosebumps on the back of your neck. So whatever might have been going on as a child, this lady can blow. And I definitely say go out and support both Scott sisters because we reached a point in this where it's past just the show. We need to, we need to lift this family up. So let me let you hear what the mom had to say regarding the father, because this is a major point of contention with the father and also why he interviewed.
Wrong when you disrespect me. You're wrong when you talk to me in a kind of way. Okay, I am the fifth member. When I first put that microphone in your hand.
Mama Joyce is the fifth member. Now, Miss Mama G, hold up. It's Mama Joyce.
And when you was a little girl, I am the fifth member. When your daddy walks out on me and he didn't care whether we swim or sink, I am the fifth member. How about?
So this is where Pastor Scott, as a private citizen, was brought into a conversation on national TV. And it also was one of the turning points for the way the fans received Mama G.
How about that?
I think a lot of my mom's hurt comes from her and my father's divorce. She was a housewife. And when they broke up, it was like we had to struggle. We went through a lot. I really don't think she healed from that.
I don't just.
So this is what Pastor Randolph had to say. He unequivocally denied that. Let me see if this is the one. No. It's a lot of moving parts, guys. A lot of moving parts. That's not it either. I was really kind of taken aback. That's not it. Where is this part of this man's? I definitely want you to hear this specific part. Where is it? I think it is. Must be this one. Yep, this is it. Here's his response to Mama G.
Well, me and Tamika have always been close. Tasha and her mom has always been close. So I understand that. When it was coming up, me and Tamika did things that me and Tasha never did. We went horseback riding, we did things. And it's because Tamika was more affectionate to her father. Don't mean that I didn't love Tasha less, but it's just Tamika just was a father's girl, and even to this day. And if you notice in her cookbook, if you have not gotten it, I advise you to get it. I just looked at it basically today.
Shout out to him plug in Tamika's cookbook. Actually, Tamika and Tasha have cookbooks. If you're vegan, Tasha's is vegan, and Tamika's is not. So you have both options.
And a lot of the things that's in the cookbook is reflecting of her daddy, how he was, how he did this, how he came to the school. I mean, they got tired of me. When I was Fulton County Sheriff, I was at their school at least 3 times a week, eating lunch with them. Every event I was there. I was their manager. For those that didn't know, before they became Xscape, they were called Precise. I was their manager. I was their security. We did so many shows. And so I was there religiously with them. So it's not been a time in that or era in their life I had not been a part of. And so the point is this, all this stuff now is coming up because mom is shooting out venom and the daughter is going along with it because that's her mom, that's her pet peeve. And I understand that. And, you know, my thing is this, it's not been a point in their life I have not been a part of. Graduation, if it was they had a dance or they had a whatever at the school, I was a sheriff, I was there, I protected them, I provided security. So anyone that knows me, they will tell you, no, that's not the Mr. Scott we know. He was there at every event that occurred. And so, and I would like for you, every one of you on Juice, to get.
Now, I'm not, as growing up as in a single parent household, I think that might be where there is some gray area. If you are the custodial parent, I do feel as though your viewpoints will be, I was there with the kids all the time. And in Mama G's defense, that's probably what she's thinking. In his defense, you can move out of the household and still be there for your kids. So that we may never know. Mama G and Pastor Randolph, they are up there in years, and they are what I would call probably set in their ways. They are not going to falter from what their belief system is. So the sisters will have to work out their dynamics together outside of their separate relationships with their parents. Just my opinion. And guys, I'm not a therapist. I'm a numbers guy. I just come to you guys and I speak from the heart. So therapy is what I would suggest that they go ahead and do. I also wanted to let you hear this really quickly because it was important. Because he was a pastor, I asked this specific question to get an idea of what it would take to finally fix things. Let's see if this one's it. Yes. Thank you. No worries. So if you had the opportunity to be in a room with both of your daughters and your ex-wife, do you think that there could be a way that you could bridge the gap? Because I've been hearing you talk and you sound very inspirational, and I feel that you want there to be some resolution. Is there anything that, what would that conversation be like?
Well, it would never happen because their mother wouldn't want that. You know, the mother wants to feel like she's in control, that she's right, that dad is wrong. So that would never happen. But if it did happen, the first thing I would say is, first of all, bickering and fussing is not what God intended between this family. And God bless you. You know, when you have a house that's paid for and you're having the nicer things in life and people are struggling, first of all, you need to give God praise and honor and glory and not be bickering and fussing and fighting. Now, I disagree with the bickering and fussing because, it should be enough love to overcome all that. Just say, hey, we're going to hug just like they did with Candy and Latocha. Now, if Candy and Latocha can hug and they're not related, then Tasha and Tamika should hug because they're blood.
Amen.
Second thing is that we have to learn to let bygones, we got to let it go. You got to say, hey, we're not going to bring this up no more. So what we're going to do, we're going to start now. We're not going to worry about the past because the past will get you in trouble with the future.
Yeah.
Hug one another and let's have prayer. And then after we have prayer, but that's not going to happen. No, I don't want your daddy praying for that. Your daddy is the devil. Okay, so people don't want you praying for them if they feel that way. But if I had my choice, I would sit down with both of them without their mom and let both of them air out their differences. Not the husband, just those two. And I would let them just, get it out in the open. And then when they get through, I say, now where do we go from here? Now that's the main thing. What was the whole meaning of this meeting? Let's go from here. Because you cannot pray and ask God to forgive you if you don't forgive. You're wasting your time. The second thing is that blood is supposed to be thicker than social media.
Amen.
So, look, this is some deep stuff. And I think it's triggering a lot in a lot of us because we see ourselves in Tasha, we see ourselves in Tamika, we see ourselves in Candy, the moms. It's triggering a lot of people. But what I hope that it triggers is conversations. I hope that there is a point that that family can have healing. I hope that there's a point where all of us who have some of the similar struggles with our family dynamics can take this and see, okay, maybe we need to have conversations. But y'all, I told you this was deep. I told you this was going to be kitchen table talk, and it happened. So like the video, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I will see you guys next time because Rocky then said some stuff that we got to address. It sounds like an admission to me, in my opinion. Have a good one.